Hello everyone and welcome to another Heffy Doodle video. Today we are playing with the Forest Builder dies, but we're going to do something a little more creative. I'm also going to use some embossing paste. So I knew I wanted to use a Heffy Doodle stencil, but I wasn't quite sure which one, so I pulled a few out of my stash and set them aside. I also pulled a bunch of gray cardstock, and I wanted to coordinate it with that silver metallic embossing paste. So I went through and I picked a few of them and compared them in color. To me, the embossing paste appeared a little cool toned, so I actually chose Stampin' Up! Smoky Slate. I pulled a bunch of the Forest Builder dies and pink and green cardstocks. We're going to make some flowers. These are supposed to be trees, things to make trees, but I am making some flowers. I ran one of the tree trunks and several of the Christmas tree type dies through the die cutting machine in several coordinating pink and green cardstock. They will all be listed below. And then I took the Picket Fence life-changing blender brush, one of the smallest ones. I also grabbed some Distress Oxide inks. I wanted to add a little more interest to these plain die cuts, so I'm adding forest moss to the sides of all the green elements of the flower. The forest moss worked great for most of the parts of the greens. It just darkened it a little bit, added a little bit more depth, a little bit of shadow. I really loved how the makeup brush allowed me to get such a precise edge. I grabbed black soot for this dark green because it needed a little bit more oomph to add some depth. To clean off my brush in between switching colors, I rub it on the microfiber towel, and I also use the Color Box cleaning pad. Cleans it right up and I don't have to worry about it anymore. I grabbed Hickory Smoke to add a little bit of shadow to the pink parts. I could have also used a darker pink or even a contrasting color to add a little bit more interest. Like usual, I decided I wanted to add some shimmer to my flower buds, so I'm using my usual cocktail of shimmer spritzes, Imagine Crafts, Frost, and Sparkle, as well as Hero Art's White Iridescent Shimmer Spray. Make sure you shake them up real good before you try to use them. It makes the shimmer spread out amongst the liquid. Hey, you know what else I'm doing? I'm layering my word die. Bet you couldn't guess that. Today I'm using my syringes and Ranger Multimedia Matte to layer my word die. Maybe that's a little bit different, but I'm also using my micro brush to clean up from around it, so it's really the same. I'm kind of weird and boring like that. Like, if I find something at a restaurant that I absolutely love, I just always order that. Is that boring? I don't know. Leave it in the comments below. Do you experiment or do you kind of stick with what you know? I am taking the DOTTY LOTTIE stencil and some Distress Oxide ink and black soot, and I'm just blending the ink kind of like in an ombre fashion, darker on the bottom, lighter on the top of all the circles on the sheet. Not the sheet, but like each individual circle, okay? The small brush allows me to do detail work like that, so that's pretty cool. I also figured out that when you wipe with your microfiber towel over your inked project, it helps you blend out the ink even more. Back that up and rewind it if you want to see it again. But we've got the metallic embossing paste here and a Nuvo blending sponge, and I'm literally dabbing on the metallic embossing paste like I would my own face to do foundation. And you can't see it yet, but when I pick up this panel and like the light catches it, it's so shimmery and shiny. It's really cool, and it was so easy to apply. I am taking some Scotch double-sided tape and some white Kraft foam to pop up the panel, the gray panel. I'm just adhering it to the back. And then I'm attaching that to a Simon Says Stamp Fog card base in A2 size with a top folding orientation. And then I'm going to arrange my flower or my tree parts as the flower. So I'm starting with this Christmas tree. This is going to be one of my foliage or one of my leaves. and then this other bush, and then this tree. But when I put them all together, it kind of looks like a flower. So I've inked the flower parts to make them shiny and they stand out. And then the shadowy green parts behind it, I think it looks pretty cool. And then I really like the Hugs word dye with this. I used the Tombow Extreme Clear Adhesive tabs to pop up this word dye. It just makes the adhesive disappear. It's like it's not even an issue. So I just stuck that right there on my tree flower. And that's it. That is my card for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, turning some forest builder into a flower. I don't know. I was really thinking hard about adding like a sub-sentiment, and I could have done that, but I didn't. I decided ultimately that it was done. Follow me, follow Heffy Doodle on social media. I love interacting with you guys in the comments. And until next time.